So during my life, I have been able to save a lot of money by not always making a lot of it. So in today's video, we'll go through 15 financial tips that helped me for most of them to save nice amounts of money on a pretty easy way. So the first tips we're going to talk about, this one doesn't come from myself, it's actually from a friend, and it's something that I find really interesting, and it's a rule that I actually find really interesting that helped him when it was about saving money. So it is, your rent shouldn't exceed 35% of your income. So what I mean by that is that, okay, let's say that you make 2,000 euro a month. It is able in Europe, I don't know for the rest of the world, but in Europe it is possible to find somewhere to rent for 700 euro a month, so 35%. And by actually respecting these rules, trust me, obviously you're gonna live maybe in a smaller place than where you actually live, but you will be able to save way more than what you're actually saving at the moment. I know some people will disagree with this one, but I don't understand the point of living somewhere bigger than what you need, and at the same time having constantly the stress of, will I be able to pay rent this month? I know some friends that spend like 50 to 60, sometimes even 70% of their money on rent, and they live in a nice place. But do you really need the stress of, will I be able to afford paying rent this month? So the second one, some people will find it interesting, some of them will find it like a bad tips, but it's avoid hanging out too often with people that make you spend too much money. So depending on your level of friendship, I would say with some people, we all have some friends with who we can go out and literally do nothing. Like just go out, sit on a bench and look at people going, and you guys still are able to have some fun. But there is also some other people that you don't especially have a bad relation with, that you probably wouldn't have as much fun with them if you don't go out and do something specific. So it can be eating out or going to the movie theater or just doing something that kind of cost you some money. And there is no problem with that, with going out and spending some money. But when you're in a financial situation that doesn't allow you to do this kind of stuff, I'll recommend to do this as little as possible. And if you really want to do that, try to at least have a budget for it. So you need to budget how much money you spend outside. And this kind of get us to the third tips, track your finances. So this one is obvious, but a lot of people actually don't do it. So I will show you how I personally track my finances and how I set up a budget for everything. So first of all, we all know the thing that the more you give, the more you get. So it is important to have a budget for charity. If you're Muslim, you're zakat. So around 2.5% of what I earn, I always try to, as soon as I get some money, as I earn some money, even if it's 100 euro or 3,000 euro, I always try to give a small part of it in the beginning. And then after I start spending and setting up a budget on how much I can save, how much I can earn, how much I can invest. But the first thing that I like to do is to always have a small budget, 2.5%, to give to charity. It can be or someone in need, just to, in a certain manner, be thankful to God to be able to have all the things that I have today. Then I have something that I call the me tax. So what I mean with me tax is all the things that I have to buy and that I don't especially have any choice. So the first one is obviously paying the editor of this YouTube channel. So I have a budget for that. Then to actually buy all of the things that I need to buy on a monthly basis. So my transplantation card, my gym membership, sometimes one times a year, one times every 2 years, I also have to buy some shoes. You know, all the things that you need to buy and you don't have any specific choice. And then when I buy all of this stuff, sometimes it's around 400 to 500 a month of things that I need to buy on a monthly basis. And after that, with the rest, I start calculating how much I save. So how do I do that? I try to save at least 40% of the money that I have, to live with 25% of it, and to invest at least 35% on it. So yes, this also depends on how much you make and what expenses you have. But today, alhamdulillah, I still live with my family. So this means that I don't have as much expenses as someone who lives alone. So the first thing I do, charity. After charity, I buy all of the things that I need to buy on a monthly basis that I don't have specifically any choice on it. And then on the rest, I start taking out 40%, putting it to save. So I save this money, I don't touch it, I don't do anything with it. Then 35% I invest it. So you can invest it, and the last 25% I spend it however I want. So it can be going out with friends, it can be buying a new mouse for my computer, it can be whatever I want. I can do whatever I want with this money. And also something really important with your budget on the money you invest is that you also need to have a specific plan on how you invest your money. So I allow myself to have a 5% risky investment. So I can invest into some risky stocks or some risky crypto. Of course, I make some research before to make sure that the stock that I use is halal, the crypto that I want to buy is also halal. I will put a link in the description on the website I use to see if the stocks are halal, and 95% of it on safe investments like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or some halal ETF, or some stocks. So the tips number 4 we're gonna go through is, you kind of heard it a lot of time, but if you want to buy something, wait at least 48 hours before buying it. So 2 weeks ago, I wanted to buy some new jeans, and this actual jeans will cost me 70 euro, around 60 to 70 euro, and I wanted to buy 2 of them. So this will mean 120 euro on jeans, and I really like them. It's a lot of money, but I really like them. And I waited a little bit. I waited, I think, 1 week, not 48 hours. And after 1 week, I discovered almost the same jeans in another store for, I think it was 3 euro for 1 jeans. So I was able to buy, instead of 2, I was able to buy at least 4 of them. So by waiting 48 hours for each things that you want to buy will help you for 2 different stuff. The first stuff, it will help you fight the compulsive mindset buying. So what is the compulsive mindset buying? Is that when we all sometimes really want to do something at a specific moment. Like today, I'm craving to, I don't know, drink something specific. It can be some, let's say I really want to drink some apple juice now. This is called craving something at the moment. And it's not good to always give yourself what you really want at the moment, because it will kind of create a sense of dopamine addiction in your brain. So this is, by having this rule, it will help you fight this thing, but also it will make you avoid spending too much money and going for the cheaper option sometimes, because you will see that sometimes you can buy the same thing for a cheaper price if you make a little bit more of research. So the rule number 5 we're going to talk about is, don't try to impress people. I saw a quote some years ago that I really liked that kind of explained this problem, is that too many people spend money that they haven't earned to buy things that they don't want to impress people that they don't like. I don't know who made this quote, but it's 100% true. How many times you buy something, a pair of jeans or a jacket or some shoes, simply because everyone had it? I'm probably sure more than one time. And I'm also sure that you already buy something that you don't really like, but that just was trending at the moment, and that made you think that you like it, to with some money sometimes that you didn't even have. It could be money you borrowed from your parents, or it could be more money that you saved for something else, or at the end use this thing to brag to people that you probably don't even like. For me, it happened. I mean, I was 14, I was 15, I was 16. I bought stuff that was trending back in times. I remember buying a fidget spinner. Okay, it was maybe only 10 euro back in time. Was a lot of money for me. And I didn't even like it, simply because everyone was buying it. It was trending, so I bought one, totally useless. But I mean, it kind of reflects pretty nice the situation we face with this problem. So number 6, some people will don't like what I say, but it is something that helped me not stress too much about my expenses. Wait to have at least 2 times the money if you want to buy something. So let's say that you want to buy a $10,000 car, try to have at least 20,000 before buying it. Let's say that you want to upgrade your computer with the last graphic card, and this graphic card costs 900 euro. Wait to have at least 1,800 before buying it. And by doing that, I guarantee you a non-stressful spending habit, because if you are too comfortable spending the money you have that you save, you will be used to it, and it will be way harder for you to actually save some money. The tips number 7 is, not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but everyone can, with actual discipline, better manage their current finances in order to achieve their goals. So not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur and make a lot of money, and that's totally understandable. But I don't know a single person that don't want to have a better saving and spending habit. No matter if you're working a job, no matter if you do nothing, no matter if you're an entrepreneur, no matter if you inherited millions of dollars, at the end, everyone won't be able to manage their money in a better way. So it doesn't matter where your actual money come from or how much money you earn. If you have a budgeting habit, you will still at the end be way better than most of the people. So the tips number 8, listen to the whole thing before disliking the video, is stop being too generous. Yes, you heard it right, stop being too generous. So you can be smartly generous. So this means that you can give to people in need. It can be your family, it can be people who have it hard financially. So you never lose money when you give money to charity or to a good cause. I trust you in some way, the money always come back. But you aren't making the right financial decision if every time you go out with your friend, you be like, yeah, I pay for everyone. Every time that you need to buy something and with all of your friends, it can be drinks, it can be food, you are like, yeah, I can buy it for everyone. I mean, if you wanna keep having this kind of behavior of going out with your friend and be like, yeah, okay, and I pay for everyone, fine, but at least try to have a budget for it. You can call it a friendly budget, and this budget is focused on spending money on the people around you, and you can allow it, I don't know, 5 to 7% of your actual money that you have each month. It's up to you. But if you now have this type of behavior, have a budget for it, and if you don't want to do it anymore, stop. And if you simply want to save more money on a monthly basis, simply stop having this type of behavior. Okay, so tip Tips number 8. First of all, riba is haram. So for the people who don't know what is it, riba is taking a loan with interest. So giving a loan to someone with interest or taking a loan for someone with interest is totally prohibited in Islam. But if you somehow find a way to get a loan without paying a single cent in interest, and if you do this especially for an investment opportunity, you gotta think on the long term. If this investment doesn't bring you any form of money in 5 years, then simply drop it. Because a lot of people, as soon as they have the opportunity to take a loan from a Muslim country or something like this, when they don't pay any form of interest, they take the loan but they doesn't even know what they will do with the money. I don't know how people actually think that. It seems like people take rent-free loan as free money, but it's not free money, because at some point you will need to pay back this money. And let's say that you don't make a lot of money at the moment and you take this kind of loan. Remember that this type of loan sometimes take 20, 30, 40 years to pay back. And in 40 years, you won't be in the same position that you are today. You will maybe have some kids, you will maybe have some wife, you will maybe, for the girls, have a man. And no matter your situation, you will still have this loan earning back that you will need to pay on a monthly basis. So avoid taking any form of loan that won't make you money. So number 10, everyone has a specific bad spending habit. For some people it's nicotine, others it's maybe clothes or shoes. For me it's actually candy and energy drinks. So I'm 22 years old today, and for some reason I still have this need sometimes to eat some candy or to drink some energy drinks. So if you just knew how much money I spend on a weekly basis on these two things, you would be disappointed. But a few days ago I simply decided to almost totally stop buying these two stuff just like this and instead see them as a reward. So what I mean as a reward is that I made a very, well, let's say that I make a very good month financially, or that I simply get a good grade at an exam. Then at this moment I allow myself to buy one drink, some candies, and yes, simply enjoy the moment eating and drinking it. And by doing this, first of all, I decrease my spending habits in these two stuff, but at the same time, the feeling of drinking an energy drink when you didn't drink any for like 1 month and you drink it after making something special, so making good money or having a good grade or something else, I promise you the feeling of drinking it feels 10,000 times better than simply drinking it every day on an almost daily basis. So setting things that you really like that are kind of bad for you as a reward is good. It will help you build discipline, it will give you some motivation to accomplish more stuff, and it will not decrease your health, because yes, drinking energy drinks is really bad, but I don't know, it's stronger than me. So I had this rule for a few weeks now, a few days, to only buy this kind of stuff when I want to reward myself, and it has gone pretty good. I feel lighter, my acne has decreased, and I'm simply spending less money on it. So I'm kind of winning in all different forms. So number 11, stop lending money to people. When you lend money, most of them don't pay back, and it doesn't matter if it's your family, it doesn't matter if it's your friends, it doesn't matter if I don't know, most people don't pay back the money you lend them. So if you wanna keep lending money, try to have a contract, but I know for most people don't have the time or the energy to write a contract and to give it to someone to lend him 1 or 2 or 300 euro. But when you lend money, see this money as money you're already lost, or only lend money that you can afford to lose, because sadly for some reason no one pays back their money that they took out as a loan when it's take money from private person. So if I had one tips for you, stop lending money, especially to people who already don't have any money. The tips number 12, saving money won't actually make you rich, but it will give you kind of a certain financial security. But investing money can, and not will, but can actually make you rich. So by having a budget on both of them, so on the saving part and on the investing part, you are securing and increasing the chance for you and for your family to have a better financial position in the future. So number 13, this one is kind of easy to follow. Don't follow trends. Stop investing in stuff simply because everyone is doing it. This is the most not smart things to do, to just buy stuff simply because everyone was doing it. I mean, if you're young, or if you have a younger brother or a younger son or someone who is actually doing this, no problem. Everyone had Pokemon Go. I also had Pokemon Go when I was a kid. Everyone was playing with fidget spinner. I was also playing with fidget spinner. There's nothing wrong with simply acting when you are a child. But in my today's situation, I'm 22 years old, and I have seen some people way older than me still jumping out on all of these strange trends, and I just don't understand it. So stop jumping on on trends just like this just because everyone are doing it. You are not making any money of it. You are just spending money, and it's a shame for a whole adult to keep following all of these trends for no reason. So number 14, cut bad expenses. So what do I mean with bad expenses? For me, bad expenses is something that doesn't bring you any money, that doesn't upgrade your health, or something who doesn't give you good happiness. So something that doesn't bring you any money, no need to explain it. If something doesn't bring you any money, stop spending money on it. Number 2, cut bad expenses on things that you can allow yourself to spend money on your health. You can allow yourself to spend money on a gym membership, or to train, or on some higher quality food. So what I mean with higher quality food, I'm not talking about eating in the restaurant every day. I'm talking about spending some money in some more healthy food, more healthy groceries. And what I mean with stop spending money on bad happiness, I'm talking about everything that just stimulates your dopamine too much on a daily basis. So I'm talking about nicotine, I'm talking about energy drink. Yeah, that's kind of hypocrite of me of saying it, but yeah, spending money on energy drink is bad. So yeah, if something, you need to cut expenses on all the things that doesn't bring you any money, any health, or any good happiness. So number 15, this one, I know that most of people will not understand it, or will find it too obvious, but I promise you that it's not too obvious for everyone. So if you are in a financial situation that is kind of hard at the moment, first of all, I hope that your financial situation improve, but also don't have any children. If you just knew the amount of people that I have seen still in a very hard financial situation that start getting children, and I don't understand it, because you already have it hard to feed your own mouth. How do you want to feed the mouth of a whole human being for 15, 20, 30 plus years if you already have it hard by yourself? So simply don't start making any children if you can feed your own mouth. I know, guys, that some of you may not agree with all the 15 financial tips that I just gave you, but saving money and having some better spending habits is not instantly stuff. It's something that takes time. It's a whole journey, so nothing wrong with not respecting all of the 15 rules that I gave you now. But if you on a daily basis try to improve, try to save some money, try to simply get better with your finances, I promise you that at some point of your life things will get better. Because I don't want to hear this thing telling you that money isn't happiness. Money is a part of happiness, because with money you can upgrade your health, you can upgrade the situation of your family, you can travel, you can do a lot of different stuff that could actually help you get happy. Because we live in a world now where everything costs money. I mean, I myself doesn't have a lot of money, but I'm doing my best to be able to save some of it and to make more of it. And I'm not respecting all of the 15 rules that I gave you now at 100% with zero error. No, sometimes I spend more than what I'm used to. Sometimes I spend less than what I'm used to. Sometimes I still keep spending too much when I didn't make almost any money during this month. That's normal. I mean, we are human, we are not perfect. There is nothing wrong with doing mistakes. There is nothing wrong with spending some money on some useless stuff sometimes simply because you want to do it, but doing it too often is bad. And all of the bad financial situation, all of the bad financial choice that you're making today will actually impact you in the near future. It will impact your future, it will impact your wife or your husband's future, it will impact your children's future, and it will also impact the people around you future. So that's kind of hard to hear. That's true. I mean, someone told me this a few years ago, and it was not nice to hear it, but it's still something that motivated me to take control over my financial situation. And by making this video, I know that a lot of people won't agree with what I'm saying to you, but if at least one people applying what I'm saying, and if at least one people start making some better financial choice because of this video, then alhamdulillah, really happy. So thanks for watching this video. If you could just take 2 seconds to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video, I will be really grateful. Here is my Instagram, here is my TikTok. If you could go and follow them, I will be also very grateful. I hope you the best in your financial life. I hope the best in your general life. I hope you the best in everything. Thanks for watching this video and have a good day.